Hello, everyone. I'm Vivek Upadhyay, and it's really a great honor to be part of this event. This invitation came on a short notice. I was not knowing such a big event is happening. Okay, let me give me a little background about myself. I stayed in Japan for 16 years, and I came back to India in 2011, last year only. But I was in touch with, with India and the Indian market, and I've been investing as an angel for the last 7 years. Today, I'm representing one of the biggest uh, investment platform at the seed fund level that's called Indian Angel Network. I've been working closely with the entrepreneurs from the Indian space and the Japanese market, definitely, for the last 7 years. In the last 7 years, I have realized that in India, the potential is pretty big in the education space. And after coming back to India, my focus was more towards the education along with the internet technologies. So a little background about Indian Angel Network. It's early stage uh, platform where we invest in the startups, those who come with a proof of concept, with a great team, and highly scalable business models, where they need mentoring along with some small amount of check up to a limit of $1 million. We have 200 plus members in Indian Angel Network, and on an average in a year, we are investing almost one deal a month. That was the trend for last year, and this year it's like more than two deals a month. We have just crossed 8 months. We invested around 30 crores last year, 30 plus year last year, and we are expecting to touch around 60 this year. This year we started a little incubation center also, along with the Indian Angel Network Fund also, basically to nurture the startups to be ready and to come to the platform on a small mentoring sessions done to them, and they can be presented to the network. Education industry is something which I've been looking into for the last 7 years, and I've realized that in India, this potential is underestimated, and there are a lot of Me Too concepts going around. Maybe the size is pretty big, the market is pretty big. I was discussing before coming to this panel that I totally second the thoughts of one of my colleagues that the one of the biggest challenge, which I'm sure he's going to cover later on in his session, is the dependency on the people, the business model. But the need is something beyond that. The need is to address the bottom of the pyramid. Right now, the market is addressing just 20% of the total market size in the education space, mostly the big cities and the tier 2 and tier 3. But if you go beyond that, that's the potential which is untapped. Definitely, there are a lot of challenges. So what I'm trying to work out through Indian Angel Network, the social impact investment, is to address the bottom of the pyramid. Definitely a viable commercial proposition also. So I took the following parameters to evaluate the funding, the deals. Is the team is the first. The second is the business model, whether it's addressing the need, the pain area, which can be scalable using the technology, not using the manpower. Because the moment you bring people rather than the processes enabled by the technology, the scalability becomes a kind of a bottleneck. And that's what a true example recently in Manesar, what happened with Maruti. See, they hired a lot of class 4, and they were not able to manage through a technology or through processes. So my third parameter on which I emphasize is the processes, the innovation in the processes, rather than innovating the products. Because in education, if you innovate product, it's not required in India in terms of the scalability if we have to target the mass. The innovation in the process is required, where you can bring the conventional way of delivering the education to the people in a more advanced way, much faster, affordable, and easy to understand the subject. The fourth parameter is definitely, which helps the investors to justify the numbers, is the scalability, which I bring in education space with respect to the internet technologies. So anything to do with consolidating the industry. So for example, I have three portfolios. I'll share three examples. One is in the training industry, training and vocational. So Indian training industry is very conventional, distributed, disintegrated. So bringing all the 5 Ts of the training industries, the trainers, the trainees, the training managers, the training institutes, and the training vendors, there's not a single platform which can bring all of them together. That really helps people to reach out on a shorter time and better ROI. Similarly, in the higher education, I tried it out with one more portfolio of mine, is to help students to identify or search right set of colleges, schools, universities, admission. See, information dissemination was not existing so far. So these are some examples I'm giving, which I have been betting high on. So consolidation of the conventional industry is another parameter. And the last but not the least is the mentorability of the team, which is the most important. So these are the parameters on which we work out. We never work out on the profits and how much revenue you're generating, because we are the early stage, we are the seed stage. So it's very difficult to evaluate a startup on the basis of the balance sheets. So these are some of the points on which we have been working, and so far I am handling around 6 portfolios, 3 from Indian Angel Network and 3 outside the network individually. And I'll be happy to discuss more in the Q&A session. Any thoughts from your sides? Thank you.
Thank you, Vikram. Just a quick question there for you. Education, many people feel, is a sort of long-term endeavor for value creation. And venture and angel investing grew with the technology industry, which sees a very different dynamic. How does this impact, or how do you factor in this particular aspect while you make angel investments in the education space?
It's a very valid and important point, actually. When we evaluate and when we do a due diligence, as I mentioned, the parameters on which we do the due diligence and the evaluation also. The team, are they really for the long game or not? That's the first thing. Are they in this space for just quick bucks, or they are really working or going to work really hard to create an example for the industry? So the team background is very important. The second thing is the space in which they're trying to experiment through their startup. And the third thing is the mentorability, actually. So rest is like flexible. You can bring in and you can test it. If it's not working, then you can try something else. So these parameters, 3 parameters on which I think your question can be answered. Thank you.